we'll transition very quickly as we get to the end of this week into preparing for Southwest.
Now that you're through the halfway point in your first season here at Midland Christian, where would you just grade this team based off what they've done so far in non-district, but where they can continue to grow?
Well, there's obviously areas for us to grow, but I don't get in the habit of giving out midterm exams. We just work each and every day, and we'll figure out at the end of the season how good we got. But there's plenty of football left to play, an exciting district season right on the horizon. So we're just going to continue to be intentional every day, working on small daily improvements, start stacking those day in, day out. And then, like I said, they'll let us know at the end.
Coach, you got Jaxon waiting in the other room for us. He now has 5 games under his belt, and how has that prepared him specifically to get into his first round of district play as a starter?
Yeah, Jackson's done everything we've asked of him and more. He's a freshman in name only. Maturity, knowledge of the system, pocket awareness, being smart, knowing when to throw the ball away. He's impressed us with his ability to move around using his legs as well, and that's kind of been an added bonus. We didn't know that was there at the beginning of the season. So, and he started to emerge as a leader. That's hard as a freshman on a team. You know, most freshmen are told to sit in the corner of the locker room and be quiet. But obviously, when you're the starting quarterback, you have a voice, and he's learning how to use that. So we're really excited about what we've seen, and he's just getting started.
And Coach, where would you say you've seen the most growth from your team so far?
Most growth, obviously, our defense has been playing extremely well. I would say at an elite level. They've allowed us to hang in some of those tough, hard-fought games when we weren't putting up a lot of points and give us a chance at the end. And a credit to our offense, they figured out a way to make those plays in those close games. But had it not been for our defense playing so together and sound, we wouldn't have had a chance to win it at the end. And I'm especially impressed, given it's a new defense. For them to hit the ground running like they have, literally from the first game. They've been playing dominant defense. So really impressed with that, pleasantly surprised, and that's going to be a phase of our team that we got to rely upon moving forward.
And do you feel like this bye week comes at a good time, and what's the health of your team right now?
Yeah, we're healing, so that's good. It's everybody's got different timetables, but the bye week is allowing us to rest some guys and guys that were nicked up. You know, by week 5 of the season, everybody's got a little something they're dealing with. So finding that balance between continuing to get good quality work during the bye week, yet giving time for guys to get healed up, because we're going to need everybody once we get into district.
What's kind of the focus of the bye week then? Like any areas that y'all be specifically hammering away at? Anything maybe looking ahead to district play, or just kind of focusing on the in-house issues?
Yeah, we're focused on us. Obviously, you can't have 6 turnovers like we did last week and expect to beat anybody. So that's a point of emphasis this week, but that would have been the point of emphasis if we were preparing for another opponent as well. So some of it is based off how we played last week. There was a lot of mental errors. We just played sloppy. It was not a good showing by us. No disrespect to Friendship at all. They're a great team, well coached, got players everywhere. But we'll never know what the true margin was or could have been in that game by virtue of how we played. So I think we can use that as a learning opportunity, that the self-inflicted wounds I've talked about a lot, those kind of reared their ugly head last Friday night. So this gives us a week to come back to basics. You can't hand your opponent anything. Make them earn everything they get. So eliminating mental errors, obviously turnovers, penalty bug got us a little bit, and that's kind of been a trend I'm seeing develop. So we're talking about all those kinds of things in addition to building upon the things we've done well.
And I know that you say y'all played a little sloppy, wasn't your best showing, but you're also playing a higher class school in that matchup. How does playing those bigger opponents help you when will be going against other 4A schools and districts?
Well, time will tell on that. I mean, good teams learn from both victories and defeats, and so our challenge coming off a defeat, and an ugly one at that, is will we be willing to take an honest look at what we didn't do well and use it in the future. So based off what I've seen from this group, we will. We're communicating that to them as coaches. The boys on the team are very receptive and have good attitudes towards correction. And I think we're hungry to get back out there and show what we're really about.
And Coach, obviously no game this Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. What's your message to your team? Now, obviously a lot of things can go wrong on a bye week with no game. Are you guys going to be scouting somebody as well, or just kind of hanging out?
No, coaches are always working. We might get a little time off, but we're getting ready for Southwest. I'll tell the boys, any decision you make not only affects you, but it affects everyone on the team. So handle the freedom that you're going to get this weekend the way you should. And based off what I've seen from this team, I'm not worried about it. They've earned it. They need a little time away. They're still teenage kids. They need a little perspective and a little rest and a little break from football. And then when we come back on Monday, man, we're ready to make a run. It's going to be a meat grinder of a district season. But like I said, I think our non-district schedule, we've already done it. We've already been through the meat grinder. We know what it feels like. We know how hard it is. And so if we choose to use those lessons the right way, we will be prepared for this run.
All right, Jaxon, heading into your first round of district play as a starter. How's it feel?
Feels good. Kind of feels good to get those 5 games under my belt now that I actually got a couple of games of experience. So it's pretty good.
Coach was talking about seeing that improvement, and not only just as a quarterback on the field, but using your voice as your starting quarterback. How have you seen that growth in yourself?
Yeah, I kind of started to notice it this past week probably. We had a tough loss, and I just kind of thought back of things we need to fix, and it's kind of my job as the quarterback to get the offense collected and together and working. So I've kind of just taken that into my personal space, I guess.
And having that confidence now that you have those games, how much can you use that for this bye week, having that week to really focus in on yourself?
Yeah, I think I can use it a lot now. But I still got some growth to do myself, But I think now that I actually have these games under my belt now, that I can use some of this experience to help my teammates out on little things,
How much does that friendship last? Kind of give you extra motivation after the bye week?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of motivation. We kind of survived a couple of games. We haven't played our best football yet, so I think that's a good thing. That's still to come. But it's giving me a lot of motivation knowing that we didn't play our best football, but we can still get it done if we work at it. So
It's Coach Dawson's first year with the Midland Christian program. It's your being a freshman. It's also your first year with the program. Can you just talk about that trust that you guys have with each other to lead?
Yeah. So we kind of came in together, I guess you could say. So we just had to build that trust right from the start, and trusting each other has definitely helped a lot with getting the team better. So
yeah, and typically with some of these other teams who have older quarterbacks, you have seen that they build chemistry with the receivers over the team. Being a freshman, you've had a little bit short amount of time, but just talk about going through the off season, building that chemistry with your wide receivers and your tight ends, and being able to continue that and improving that passing game throughout the season.
They like to work. No matter what, you want to tell them to come up here at 7 a.m., they'll be there. They like to work, so it's actually been pretty good. We've actually been able to get some good efficient time in. So,
how much do you feel like this bye week comes at a good time for you guys?
It comes in at a pretty good time. We got a couple of injuries that so we can get them healthy, But I think we're battle hardened now, like Coach said. So now that we got this bye week, we kind of get a chance to regroup for district. That's going to be pretty hard. So, yeah.
Coach said that as the season's progressed, you kind of learned how to use your legs in the game plan, which was not something that he'd originally planned on heading into the season. How did y'all discover that, and how has it helped you change and grow your game?
So before, I never used to really be a runner, but if everyone else is so focused on me passing it and they're dropping back, I kind of got to learn to be able to use my legs, be able to get move the chains a little bit. So
yeah, well, there's always that kind of that moment for NFL rookies when they have that welcome to the NFL. What was your welcome to Texas high school football moment for you?
I'd probably say when I threw a comeback to Brady Young and I got blasted, so it was kind of like all right, yeah, these are the big boys. So
Just how excited are you guys to get through the bye week and kind of continue the momentum that you had?
Oh, very excited. We're excited to be able to show next week what we can do against a very tough district. I think it will be tough, but I think we can get it done. We just got to keep staying the course and chase our best, like Coach says. So.
And with district play also comes a handful more of home games. How excited y'all are you specifically to ball out in front of your hometown crowd?
Yeah, very excited. I have a lot of family that likes to come out to all these games, and then just our student body. They're always supporting, and it's pretty cool to be able to go out there and play in front of them. So.
Is there a certain quarterback or quarterbacks, maybe in college or in the NFL, that maybe you look at and try to mirror your game after a little bit?
I probably Caleb Williams. I really like how he's able to be able to make plays around the pocket and be able to create. So I really like him, and I've always liked Tua Tagovailoa just because he's a lefty. So, yeah.